Hello, my lovely students, and welcome back to English with Shami. Today we're looking at 10 time-related idioms that are very commonly used in English. I will also include 2 example sentences for each idiom for you to have an idea of how they're used. Mastering these idioms will help improve your speaking. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and start. So the first idiom is time is money. And this means that time is as valuable as money. In other words, we shouldn't waste time. Let's look at the example sentences. For most businesses, time is money. We know that time is money, so we don't want to keep you waiting. And the second idiom is time flies. This means that time passes very quickly. Let's look at some example sentences. People say that time flies when you're having fun. How time flies? He was a baby when I last saw him. And the third idiom is ahead of time. Now this means earlier than a particular time. Let's look at the example sentences. I got to the restaurant ahead of time so I could get a good seat. We should be at the airport 3 hours ahead of time. And the fourth idiom is behind the times. This means old-fashioned. Let's look at the example sentences. This music may be behind the times, but I like it. Our equipments are behind the times, so we need to buy new ones. The next idiom is, it's about time. This means long past the right time. Something should happen soon, or it should already have happened. Let's look at some example sentences. It's about time you went home. It's midnight already. It's about time you stopped smoking. Your health is worsening. The next idiom is at the last minute, and this means at the last possible moment or just in time for something. Let's look at the example sentences. She handed in her assignment at the last minute. We arrived at the bus stop at the last minute. The next one is beat the clock. Now, when you beat the clock, it means you finished doing something before its time limit. Let's look at some example sentences. Sometimes I wake up early to beat the clock. The company beat the clock on delivering the new system. The next idiom is the time of one's life. Now, this means to enjoy oneself very much. Let's look at the example sentences. He looked like he was having the time of his life. I had the time of my life at the wedding. And the next idiom is around the clock. This means all day, all night. Let's look at some example sentences. Emergency phone lines operate around the clock. We worked around the clock to solve the problem. And the last one for today is 24/7. Now this is very similar to around the clock, but slightly different in a way that it means 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. In other words, all the time. Let's look at some example sentences. Having kids is a 24/7 job. She's with me 24/7. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed and learned something from this lesson. Please write in the comment section below and tell me which of these idioms were new to you. See you in my next one. Bye!